just so you know, I just went through and went live on my canned cook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't. I just instinctively I was sitting here, and I hit the go live. I've been sitting here for just a minute and I was
Okay.
intentionally waiting, but then I just.
That's all right. We'll talk about it, in a little bit. So I'll let you go ahead and do your thing.
All right. Well, I'm on
Okay.
All right. Just doing some canned cooking stuff on the on my canned editing really. All right. We'll talk. I'll talk with you, Dan.
I'll get my things together and I'll come in my StreamYard here pretty quick.
All right. When you.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. When you just let me know because I'm not on that screen. So.
Okay. That's
All
fine.
right. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. Oh, my phone.
This is what we have left of the macaroni. I've been able to save this, and it ain't been easy, I'm gonna tell you. This is the flour that we got here at the house, self-rising flour.
Let's see. That ain't gonna work.
I didn't know.
Let me get. Hang on.
Got hot oil up, ready to fry.
Sorry about that. My battery's about dead. And so on my phone. Otis, be quiet. I've let you out already several times. All right. This ain't gonna be that long a video, but I got a lot of stuff in here. Nicole, be quiet. Let's see.
Once the
All right. Nikki, be quiet, please. All right. You don't mess with him. He's old and rickety.
pretty simple.
You leave her alone too.
Pretty simple. You just throw a stick of butter in there and cover it. Butter melt down, and you. Start you at least 4 quarts of water to boil, and you add some salt to it. Pretty simple. You just throw a stick of butter in there and stuff butter. Let that butter melt down. You toss your noodles in that macaroni. And then you toss the noodles. Wash and drain. Add 1 stick of butter. Cover it up a little butter. Sure. Noodles and butter. It will add additional flavor. Add 1 stick of butter. not washed but drained. Add 1 stick of butter. Help it melt a little quicker. Sure. Noodles and sure. Sure.
Well, I guess I ought to check and see if there's any. There are some comments. Hey, Cotton. Hey, Raquel. Well, I don't know about that. It's actually kind of a mess. But let me go through and throw a link in here. I think I have to go through. I'm just working on an editing channel. Let me swap over to that channel for just a second so I can pin that comment. I guess I'm already live. Huh? How do you like that? Where's the chat though? Oh, that's on the wrong channel. I don't know. Oh, I guess I was already on. Hey, Raquel.
Hello.
How you doing today?
Good.
So I'm just going through and editing on my other channel, and so I had some editing to do on a video, and so I'm trying to get, I guess, just more time on this video or more time on this channel, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I saw the alert for it, and it said that you're going live at 2:26, and I'm thinking, well, it's past that time, so I clicked on it
Yeah,
because it didn't actually say that you were live. It said you were going live.
interesting.
I don't know, but you barely have any subs on this channel, so
I know. The I guess my point on this one was just that toggle pop out chat. What I'm doing is I don't know what I'm doing other than the fact that I have editing that has to take place, and I figured I might as well go on my channel for cooking while I'm editing a cooking video. I don't know. And it gets me, I try to do something on these different channels from time to time so that it will, so that it shows activity, if that makes sense.
right.
Because if there's no activity, there's no way on God's green earth they're going to show it to anybody, if you see what I'm saying.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
Hey, Rebecca.
Today's the day that I usually do a regular content video.
Uh-huh.
And I probably could pick any idea, but there's a snowstorm outside, and
Ooh, goodness.
I'm being lazy because I don't want to walk around in the wind.
No, I think you're being cautious because you got a blizzard up there, whatever's going on, and you don't want to go out in the cold.
I know things have been going good though. It's not like my channel is blowing up, but I'm being consistent.
Yeah.
So I'm getting consistent views.
Right.
And then you helped me a lot with that shout out. That video went to over 400 views, which
Cool.
is probably double what I usually get. More than double.
That's great. I'm glad to hear it. Or maybe people just really like the video. I don't know, but it was a wonderful video. Hey, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
By the way, if
Hello.
you don't want to be seen on here, you can click on the your avatar stop cam thing, and it'll drop you down. You can still hear and be heard, but I'm
Where's
just like,
Raquel at? I heard her.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's here. She's
I have
just
my
on her
avatar
avatar.
on. Yeah.
Oh. How are you?
I'm
Who
doing
you
well.
talking
Are you talking to Rebecca or?
Everybody.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
doing great. I'm trying to finish a pot holder so I can get started on the dishcloths.
And I'm watching a snowstorm.
You want to add?
You're watching a snowstorm?
Her
I'm-
snowstorm.
Yeah, that's why I have my avatar on. I'm still sitting in bed looking out the window.
I mean, you're not out and walking about. I watch the walkabouts.
Oh, I don't know how nice it would be. The snow is coming in sideways.
Oh my! I know how rain feels when it comes like that. All right.
But I was looking on the internet, watching that video yesterday of Eddie's. I was looking to see if there's any Nubian goats for sale around me.
Our
Okay, I'm going to ask. I'm going to be mean. This could probably sound mean, but why would you want one of those?
Milking goats.
Oh, okay.
No, I've done the pygmy goats in the past, and they're a pain
you
in the butt.
you can't milk them.
No,
You have to have
but
little teeny fingers.
They've got little
I-
teeny things.
I've heard
Well,
you could
those were
milk
just-
a rat.
I don't think I want to try.
I ain't gonna try either.
those goats were my son's project, and they were cute. But they would always get out.
You know-
I had pygmy goats.
No,
When you say always get out, I have to say this. I was watching a video of Brian had on there, and he had a guy on there, and I'm not going to say any names, but he said that he thought goats are a waste of time because you have to have a goat that have to have a fence to hold water to hold goats. And I so want to argue with him about that. Because I have a fence and my goats don't get out. I've never had them get out since I put this fence up, and I use 4x4 goat and sheep wire, and it keeps them in.
yeah, I never had good fencing.
So I mean, that's he said the sheep were easier, and I thought this guy either doesn't know what he's talking about or he hasn't done his research because sheep, you can't give them any kind of food that has copper in it. If they get any copper, it'll kill them. And so I'm thinking, how is sheep easier? Goats, I can give them whatever. They'll eat whatever you throw out there, almost like pigs. And then he has to shear his sheep, which he says he has paid somebody to come in and shear them. I'm thinking, how is that cost effective? So, and then on top of that, he had what I call designer sheep. They weren't used for food. They weren't really used for wool. You do get wool off of them, but
I got to take a call.
Okay.
they're more like not pets, but they're more like just have around to eat, whatever. But anyways, that's me. I think I'm not one that like to argue about things, but it's like, at least know what you're talking about.
No, if I do the goats, it's going to be dairy goats because my reasoning is I want my own source of raw milk.
Yep.
And then you can make other products. If I ever got educated that way, I could do soaps and cheese and all kinds of
Actually,
things.
goat milk's healthier for you than cow milk.
Yeah, well, and it irritates people less, right? And I've never gotten tested, but I think I might be one of those people.
That's that goat regular milk irritates.
Well, what is in regular milk? Because I'm starting to wonder. It doesn't really taste like milk.
I don't know. Milk, to me, milk's milk. So, my wife likes to use 2%. I like whole milk. I mean, I'll drink it. I just don't drink skim milk because it tastes like water.
Yeah.
I've even seen videos where guys are milking camels. They have to drink camel milk. Okay, yeah, it looks white, looks like milk.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens with animals. They get
And then they
pregnant.
got that almond milk. And
Yeah,
I
I
want to
don't
know.
know
I
how
want to
they
know the
milk
people
an
that are
almond.
milking them.
I don't know how they milk an almond.
See,
Very
if you
careful.
look at the ingredients on almond milk, I did that. I drank almond milk when I was eating healthy. But then there's all the other list of ingredients, and I want to move away from that stuff.
You know.
Nice kitchen you got there, Gary.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's a
That's
mess
what
right
I
now.
said.
I'm talking about the one that's in your picture. You're back behind you there.
Oh, yeah, that one is nice. I forgot about my other kitchen. The funny thing is, the kitchen that I'm standing in over here, I actually designed that kitchen.
Oh yeah.
I would have done a better job with it and made it a little fancier, but this ain't exactly a fancy house or anything. I'd have put some more molding at the top and the bottom of the cabinets, and it's okay. It's nothing fancy. This is just a kitchen here at the house. Even got a little Coke bottle there on the ceiling or on the top cabinet.
So what are you editing? What are you using to edit? Is this DaVinci one or?
No, I don't use DaVinci. I hadn't
Okay.
even downloaded it. I think I started to one day, but couldn't find it or something.
So what is this one?
This is called OpenShot.
OpenShot.
And OpenShot, this is as basic. This is the basic view. You can actually go through and there's a simple view, which I've got it on, or I can use advanced. And on advanced, it's a little different. If I want to know, for example, how long a particular shot is, I could go to click on that one, and it's going to tell me the duration of that is 8.7 seconds. But the ending point of it right now is at 14.34 seconds. I can go through and do some fancy stuff with some of this. This is a 10-second clip, and it ends at 10 seconds. I could go through literally and click on that and put 5.0, and then that automatically adjusts it. Or I can go through and I'll put it back on 10 seconds just because that's what it was at. Or I can go through and I can just drag it. Whoops, that's the other one. If I can go through and, well, if I wanted to, I can go through and let's do it from the other side and drag it that way. I can do, and I've got like 5 different tracks of this, and I don't know how. Let me go back to a simple view. All right, if I wanted to, I could go through and just click on that one thing and go to the properties, and it'll bring those up over here. So there's several things I can do with it, but I prefer to work with it typically in the simple view. Sometimes I have to, depending on what I'm trying to do, I try to go through and I may have to go into the properties and change something. For example, well, let me go into the properties of this one. And let's see, frame number, location. I probably ought to pay more attention to that because I can do more adjustments. Sometimes I have issues with, I try to do things while it's in the simple, but let's see. Let's say that I wanted to, oh, I know what I was thinking the other day. I wanted to go through and do something. Let me figure out how to do it on this one. Here, right here. All right. If you look at it, it's reverse. It's actually backwards because of the way that I shot it on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And when you show your own phone, depending on which way you had the view on it, and let's see if I can figure out real quick how to switch it, flip it over. It's going to be something like this. Maybe that's it. So I'm going to click that and I'm going to put -1, and that flips it.
Oh, that's cool.
So I mean, it's a basic
I didn't know
editor.
you could do that on film.
It's a basic editor, but you can do a lot with it if you understand what you're trying to do. And you have to, sometimes I have to figure out how to do what I want to do. If I wanted to go through and you can even rotate it, turn it up, down, whatever.
Right. I know about that rotation stuff, but I didn't know you could flip them like that.
Hey, are you
Well,
guys? Are you having your show today?
Yes, ma'am.
What time is that?
4 o'clock. An hour and 12 minutes.
let's see. I think I made a mistake though, because I'd flipped it right there. And let me go through and find out where I did that. And
We're only going to run our show for an hour today. And we're going to have some changes. We're going to talk about changes.
there we go. I'm just going to remove that. I'm pretty sure that was it right there. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to put it back in there. See, because sometimes if you don't do it right, well,
I got a question on this, Gary. If you're running the tracks, different tracks,
yeah.
when you play it, does it play the track, number one track, and everything else will play over top of that number one track?
Well, the higher you've got it on here, for example, this is the top track, track 5. All right. So if
that would show over track 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only time that really becomes an issue, I think, is when you go through. I mean, a problem is if the upper track is smaller than the lower track.
Well, I've done that with my GoPro, where I was recording with the GoPro and recording with my camera at the same time. I put the camera on track 1 and the GoPro on track 2, and matched up the words, and so they brushed together, so it wasn't choppy, or echoing.
Yeah.
And then I could cut from one camera to the other camera, back to the other camera, back and forth by just cutting out sections of it.
Yeah. Well, I made a mistake a minute ago, and you see, I've replaced the video. I put it back on there, but I was like somewhere around here when I reversed the track.
Mm-hmm.
So the first part of the track was like this, and then it flips back to the other side. If you want to do something like that, you really have to go through, and it's already on property, so that's not an issue.
Highlight the whole thing, huh?
I had to. Well, I'm just redoing it. Honest 1.0. To me, it's easier that way, and that way it'll be that way for the whole track. That way, when I go through,
elbow macaroni in the butter. This recipe is large enough where you.
so now the whole track is going to be reversed,
Right.
and so it's
Simply,
it's easier than trying to manually do it. Do what, Miss Rebecca?
simply, Jan was the lady that was calling me. She said for me to say hi to everybody.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Jan's good people.
Yeah, she
Love
is.
Miss Jan. And let's see, I've got a couple other tracks in here, I think, that are like that. And so let me go through and flip them as well. I don't know where they're at. I'll have to look.
I'm gonna go get me something to eat real quick, so I'm
Yeah.
not hungry during our
Well,
show.
I wanted to ask you, Jerry, have you gotten your package yet?
My shirt package
Yes.
supposed to be here Monday.
I haven't gotten mine either.
Yeah, mine's supposed to be here Monday. It was well, at least that's what it said.
I'm hoping.
I'm sure I'm gonna get mine before you,
Oh, that's okay. I was the first to order.
but I'll have the first one to have it.
That's fine.
I got what I'm coming. Got one for coming from Belt Loop and Devil Dog.
Oh,
Ooh. Hey, brother, you don't ever have to worry about it or anything
Does
on
it-
mine.
doesn't
Literally.
matter. To me, it doesn't matter who gets it first. It's just,
We're just teasing each other. That's all.
yes, we are. We're just having a banter.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna leave some of the. I'll be back.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm editing. I thought I might as well stream while I'm doing it.
It's interesting. I've never watched someone edit.
Well, what's interesting to me, well, I don't know. It may be that I shot this with a GoPro. If I did, that's why it's right side right. You can tell because the handle on my microwave's on the right as opposed to the left. So right now I'm just going through and looking for any video that might be backwards. It's a small detail and it really doesn't matter. But, and I don't know, I may not have any more video that was shot with my phone. So if I did, I think it was early on. And so, yeah, that's right. I think I do have one before that, maybe. Maybe not. I think I deleted that other one.
Still here?
I'm here.
Oh, you are. Okay.
I'm
know.
thinking though, I might go outside in a couple minutes because I'd like to be back in by 4 for when the other live starts.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, hey, I looked on my main channel and I didn't really have anybody that was live at the moment that I really, consistently watch. And so, if it had, by the way, I've noticed something. There's a couple of lives that I've been in that, when I first started going in there, nobody, I didn't know anybody. I have, except for maybe the host, and even then, I didn't know him really well.
Was that the end of your thought?
No, I noticed that I had passed this part, and it would appear that the video is, even though I only straightened it out on the other part, it looks like it's flipped it on the rest of it as well. So that's what was I saying?
You went into lives and you didn't know anybody?
Oh yeah, I didn't know anybody, but I went back. I've been to one live 3 times. All right, the first time I went in there, and it was somebody I really hadn't gone to see before. But the first time there wasn't anybody in there I knew. I knew that I was subscribed to the person who was hosting because I have seen them a couple of times, but not on panel or anything. I just noticed their name at some point, and I don't know if they were promoting their channel or what, but I somehow I ended up subscribed to them. So their live showed up on my subscriptions area, and the next time I went in there, there was a couple of people that I knew and recognized. The third time I went in, but it was only a few the second time, like maybe 2. And then the next time I went in, there was 4 or 5 people that I knew, and the host didn't know them. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if it means that it's showing the stuff to I don't know if it means that it was showing them the stuff to folks that I know, or it's possible that somehow they also just it's possible it's just all chance. But it's also possible that YouTube actually does show or tries to promote new channels to people that watch them. to friends of people that watch them, or people that tend to watch similar shows. I think, but it was kind of surprising to me. I've seen that happen, a few times, and so it was. It just, the first time or two that happened, I was just kind of like, well, that's a coincidence. But it's almost like there's a pattern to it. And that was just something I was thinking about. I don't know. Right now, I'm making a mac and cheese. I'm not right now. I'm working on a video about when I made mac and cheese, but this is not your typical or traditional mac and cheese. You could even add chicken to this. It's a lot like chicken spaghetti, but just taking out the chicken and go instead of spaghetti using macaroni noodles. It's something I was trying that was new. Well, it wasn't new this time because I've done it before and it was really good. So it was one of those things that you kind of say, well, I want to do that again. So I don't cook a whole lot, but I do cook occasionally. And today, I ain't even gonna tell y'all where we went and got food at today. People be like, "What in the world?" But let's see here. I've got this broken down into a couple different tracks. And I'm trying to put the video I want to use on top.
Start you at least 4 quarts of water to boil.
And then I'm trying to save the second or the third track for audio. And then if I have to, if I want to, for example, if I want to go through and split, interject, they always talk about how you're supposed to, change the shot on your video in order to retain somebody's attention. And so I've actually got you can see how many different clips I have in here. Some of these is just reiterating something I've already said, though. That clip and that clip were both shot on StreamYard as a recording, and I just downloaded it, and I'm interjecting thoughts into the video, if that makes sense.
Chef asked me to join in on this collaboration. I ain't gonna lie to you, mac and cheese is one of my favorite dishes. So
anyhow, I'll cut that and put it or maybe not the whole thing, but I'll take little parts of it and add to it.
I'm here.
Welcome back.
Oh, that's great.
I'm eating pizza.
Sweet.
Ooh.
But I think probably the best thing to do is going to be to go through and just get all the video. And I can do that really from here, just paying attention to what is being shown. I don't even have to play it for that. And then I can go through and interject, because you can tell a story with pictures, but you can also interject something with the audio. So, and this is telling the story of me trying to make mac and cheese bites, and it was a failure. But the mac and cheese was awesome. So, even though I didn't succeed with the mac and cheese bites, it wasn't a total failure. But it was a fail when it comes to, it wasn't a total failure as far as the whole thing is concerned, but it was a failure as far as trying to make mac and cheese bites.
Well, I think I'm gonna drop out of here, but I got your live running. Because I have 2 phones now. See if I can get some stuff done before 4. So you'll see me as a viewer, but
That's fine. In fact, don't waste your battery on this live. I mean, you're welcome to if you want to, but it's not. This is really just a secondary channel. In fact, this is probably this channel here probably is my third channel. I've got more people on obviously Belt Loop 29, but I've got more people on Cute Critters than I have on here. I think I've got like 70 subscribers, something like that, on the cooking channel, and only like I don't know 30, 40, 50, something like that on my gardening channel, and I hadn't done anything with it in a while.
Oh, you'll get somewhere someday. But
Raquel, I got a question for you.
yeah.
I'm going to be going up to that meetup, down in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I could get like another phone where it's just for the recording down there. I have it's a Go phone through AT&T, and just putting a card on that and using that one for only going
You
live.
could.
Going live.
If you got Wi-Fi, you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, within my car, I definitely wouldn't have Wi-Fi.
But
it would be
wherever your
4G.
Wi-Fi
It would be 4G or 5G.
so you could just record your videos on it, but then you need your Wi-Fi for when you upload to YouTube. If I do everything on my phone, I make my videos and I upload from my phone. And like my second phone no longer holds my phone number, but I can watch people and do whatever I want on it because in the house I've got Wi-Fi.
Sure.
Wow.
In fact, I've got a second phone right here.
All right.
I don't even know if it has any juice.
I'll catch you guys later.
We'll see you later. Thank you for coming in, Raquel. I hit the button to see if I had any juice, and now it's charging up. I've got to not charging up. It's coming on. I'm going to turn around and cut it off.
In fact, I got a package.
Cool.
Can you see who that's from?
I cannot, but we are being live streamed right now. So
I covered up my address. It had a P.O. box.
Oh, okay.
Is it Jan?
It is Shirley.
Oh, from Shirley.
From Shirley.
Just doing our best.
Yes.
She's a nice lady.
I haven't opened it, but I want to.
I just did a mail call with her. The sticker she sent me.
I got the tin sign and the two. I think they were flashlights. I can tell I know what's in here. Really excited to open it up.
I got to edit it. No, I'm not going to edit it. Just gotta put in the more and produce it or export it into a video. I'll probably have that on Monday or Tuesday. I haven't figured out what day I'm going to do it yet. I had a lot of videos come out this week.
Who made that pizza for you?
Papa Murphy's.
I have not tried their pizzas yet.
They may make it and bring it home, and you got to cook it. So this is the pizza we had from on Thursday night. It's left over.
I think it's.
Let's see.
Some people say they don't really like their crust.
Like what?
Their crust. That their pizzas aren't that good. I don't know. I don't judge something until I eat it.
Well, it's better than Casey's.
Yeah, I like Casey's pizza.
That to me is like cardboard.
Oh, maybe it's the cook, because mine has always been soft and nice. But this last time I went over to it's a family-owned pizza place called the Italian Pizza, and they make a really nice. I had never tried their thin crust before. This time I did, and I really liked it. So I usually get a veggie with chicken on it.
My dogs like it when I have pizza. They get the crust. Oh, spoiled dog.
Going to be just having a nice little banter about who's going to get that package first.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
It is fun. It doesn't.
You know, I was looking for my emails I had from. Tell me what the tracking number was and all that. I can't find them. I must have deleted them. I'll be right back.
All right. Man, I ordered something from Walmart over a month ago. It's supposed to be delivered. Still ain't been delivered.
Wow.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
You're good.
I was supposed to get a prize from a live with a channel, and basically told that channel that I had not gotten it, and she says, "Oh, I'll look into it." And it's now been a month later, and I haven't heard from her. I'm just not going to put the channel's name out there. It's, whatever happened with it. Someone else may have gotten it, or the post office just lost it.
Well,
I think the post office takes. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like my Christmas card I
there's-
sent to Jan, Simply Jan.
Yeah.
We sent her to her in the middle of December. We got it back in February, near the end of February.
oh
And it
well,
looked
the
like-
mail has been atrocious there for a little while. I don't know if it still is,
I
but
don't know.
you know, I got something. In fact, in one of my emails, not one of my mail calls, I mentioned how I had the mail had gotten there like 2 weeks before, and I just set it on my desk because I figured it was current. But then when I went to go do the mail call, it was like a couple of months old.
Yeah.
At first, I was thinking it was just the way I put the address on there, and that may have had something to do with it. But the mail just I don't know what it is about the mail, but they suck.
Yeah,
Talk about
because
Jan.
I sent 3 beautiful hats to Drunken Chef,
Mm-hmm.
and I sent it to their post office box with the address that he put on a Christmas card that he sent me.
Yep.
So he wouldn't have wrote it wrong, right?
No, he wouldn't.
I don't think so.
He's not going to write it wrong. So I wrote what was on there. They've never gotten it. I sent it.
Hey, Jan.
I didn't send it priority. I sent it just first class.
Simply Jan's here now.
Yep.
Oh, Simply Jan. I
Good to
said
see
hi
you.
to him
Speaking of
for
the
you.
devil, look who walked in.
Yeah, we were just, they were just mentioning you or something.
Ears are burning.
Jerry, yeah, something about mail.
I'm not happy.
Well, I sent her a card in the first part of December, and I know and I never heard anything from her. And I thought, oh, that's kind of weird. I thought, well, she must got busy. Maybe she hasn't said anything back to it yet. And then in February, middle of February, Susan walks in and she hands me the card, and I look at it. So that's got Jan's address on it. What's it doing? I said, what? And what happened to it? It looked like it got ran over. That envelope was all torn up. It was, thank God it's not no big deal. The sticker was still in there, and then the little ornament that Susan made was in there still. So I said, she goes, why should I send it? I said, well, yeah, resend it. I said, I'll just let her know. So I called her and said, hey, Jan, watch for this envelope because it came back. And I checked the address and everything was all correct. And, and she's not like she's across the country. She's just, maybe 2 hours away from me. And it took over 2 months for it to come back.
I got one better than that. Check this out. All right. last year, sometime February, I guess it had to be around February. In fact, I think it was. Last year in February, I'd requested a one of my a W-2, W-4, something like this, anyhow, from work, and never saw it. All right, so I requested another one because you need one for taxes.
Right.
All right, so never saw it. Never went out to the mail, checked the mail many times. Back in, I don't know, it was October or November. I was walking out to check the mailbox, and there was a letter laying on the ground in the driveway right there by the street. It was that W-2 form or W-4 form from work that had been postmarked like February something, and it just now had made it to my house with my street address on there.
It was late. It was all wet and stuff was sitting out there.
It was nasty looking. It wasn't wet.
Huh.
It was dirty, but it was and I even think I think I may have even done a mail call on it. It's just one of those weird things. Let's see. Simply Jen says, I heard I got Christmas in February. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I will say this, that the USPS is a long way from impressing me. If anything, it's gotten worse in the last little bit.
For sure.
Here last year or so.
It's like this guy, he goes down to another house down the road where we live. I'm kind of booking it down my driveway, thinking that he might have my package from my t-shirt.
Yeah.
And he sees me, he sees me that I'm running down from this house, and he won't even give me the packages. He won't even give me the mail.
Macaroni and cheese.
I'm like, I'm coming out of that house. You've seen me before. My brother walks down there and he's trying to shove this thing in my little locked box and can't get it in there. Luckily, I had my brother go down there and get it. It's like crazy.
Yeah, it's, I don't know where this country's coming to. In 40 or 50 more years, I won't have to worry about it.
Just thinking about that, in 50 more years, I'm going to be in the 110.
That's why I said that. Is in 40 more years, I'll be 100 years old. So I said 140 or 50 more years, I won't have to worry about it. I'll be 100, 110, 112. So won't be worried about it then. Raquel came in here again and said, hello, Jan. Or actually, she said, hi, Jan. In case Jan's not reading the chat.
I always do the @ sign so the people can see it.
Yeah.
Everybody wonders how I can do it so fast. Is because when I get done with that one that I've gotten rid of, is I'll type in HI with the @ sign, and then when the next channel comes in, I'm able to just type 2 letters and click on it and get it out pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, that's a good.
Okay, Gary, do you hear me now twice? I'm
just hearing you once.
Oh, okay. I'm in both lives now. So.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
You
Let
can't
me look at others.
if I close the mic off of this one that you're doing.
Is one of them muted?
There we go.
All right.
Well,
I
I
know
just
I've
got
got.
done with the second pot holder for prizes. Now do the
I can.
dishcloth now.
I don't know if I can hear you twice. Okay, that's perfect. Okay.
Okay, now it's unmuted. Do you hear it twice?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I hear it with an echo.
Take a look. Jerry,
Yeah.
take a look.
Yeah, that's nice.
They are so. Does Tammy like her pot holder and dishcloth?
Um, Rebecca, do you hear? Do you hear Jerry?
No, I don't.
She cannot hear you.
I see that his mic is muted. On
Yeah.
the right by his name.
No.
says
Yeah.
that
We're in
muted.
two different. We're in two different lives.
Oh,
We're just
okay.
not live on one of them.
I'm only on live on one. I don't know how to do that. I know I went to your cute critters and you were gone.
Well, I was on there, but I got to thinking about it. I'm actually editing a cooking video, so I thought it would be better to be on um, to be on uh, the cooking channel as opposed to the and just trying to get um,
I'm kind of watching that video and how you do your macaroni and cheese. I ain't that fancy. Where I'm
well,
melting the butter and making the root, making the cheese,
I
melting
don't
the
use
cheese
any
and all
peanut
that
butter in
stuff.
my mac and cheese. I don't. Some folks might, but I don't. Well, we got. Oh, you were talking about going live at 3:30.
Who?
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm listening. Okay. Well, I've got my thoughts on that. I've got my thoughts on that, but okay. I know who you're talking about. Right. I've seen her.
Have you seen my new banner felt loop?
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
What did you think of it? I see Jerry's mouth moving, but I hear nothing. I guess he's
Well,
on.
I'm sorry. Jerry is posing questions to me that he's going to be asking on the live in a little bit,
Oh,
so I'll have time to think about it. And so,
Oh,
and
okay.
so, he can hear you, I think. Can you hear her, Jerry?
Yeah, I can hear her. I just had my mic muted in
Oh,
in
He's
your
got
opinion.
his mic muted so that it isn't public knowledge and it doesn't go over.
And she
go
can hear me
over,
now.
yes.
I went back. I reversed it now, so she can hear me. I just didn't want her to hear the questions because the questions are,
Right. There's some,
Correct.
there's stuff for the show later on.
right.
Oh, okay.
So if you see my mouth moving, you don't hear me because I've got my other mic on and this mic off, so he can hear me. And it's not, I guess, nothing against you because you'll hear the questions later.
I'll hear the questions later. Yep.
So,
I'm getting pretty savvy, aren't I, Gary?
you got it.
I was
You're
like,
pretty slick.
I'm seeing his mouth move, but I
I hear
understand.
that reminds me of a saying I got with my wife, with Tammy. I can walk up to her right now and tell her, I see your lips are moving. And then she's going to say, but all I hear is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
She's got a great sense of humor. And all that right there is nothing but extra. And I may not need any of that.
Jan's making lunch. What are we having for lunch, Jan? I had pizza. 2-day-old pizza. Reheated.
I eat mine cold.
You
I don't
know,
like it. I don't like it cold.
something I tried with pizza one time was I went through and cooked it with eggs. I cut up the pizza. It was an older pizza, well, a day old pizza, because I just wanted to try it, something different. And so I made a pizza omelet.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah,
It was okay. I would have, but to be, it was okay. But I would have preferred the pizza cold or hot or, by itself as opposed to mixed up in an omelet. I guess if you're trying to increase your egg, consumption or something like that, I could see that, I guess. But
Well, our 20 chickens are producing 12 eggs a day right now. We're getting a dozen eggs a day right now, which is good. Susan says she can fill her egg order now.
Well, then I would say that may be, you may want to consider making a pizza omelet. Just to use some of the,
Egg omelet.
some of your eggs.
Egg pizza omelet.
Yeah. And again, that's just this. What's funny is I'm doing a lot of editing for what's going to be probably a fairly short video.
Come on. Sorry. It's okay. Well, I got both pot holders finished.
Well, I love Eddie. Eddie is like a brother to me. I did not like what it seems like the show has been causing me. And so my whole thing was just, and it's not Eddie. You can't, Eddie is who Eddie is, and he's a good person. But I didn't like the way my head was going about doing the show and the way I was, because the banter, while it is real and nothing on our live streams was ever planned as far as I know. I'm sure Eddie gave some thought to what we would discuss from time to time, as every now and then something pop in my head to bring up. But nothing on that show was ever scheduled. And the arguing, we don't always argue that much. It just seemed to make it a point that we always seem to argue about the show and on the show. And so I was just trying, it was a joint decision. Um, I the bottom line is I'm okay with the way things are, and I'm sure he is as well. That reminds me. Well, I can't do it on here. I'll do it over here. The let's see. Um, all right. Uh, y'all forgive me for just a second while y'all do that. And y'all can talk or whatever. I'm trying to take care of something real quick.
I'm trying to concentrate. I just did a chain.
Okay.
So I can make sure that I get the right amount.
Let's see here. Let me see if this is right. All right. I don't know if this is still accurate or not, but we're going to find out.
Jen, got a question for you. Have you ever had a BLTO?
Bacon, lettuce, tomato, and onion, I'm guessing.
Yes.
I don't think I have.
Where did she type that in at?
At the bottom. She said BLT and salad.
Yeah, BOT and salad is what she says she's having.
Yeah.
So where'd you get? Oh,
I put a red onion on my
I thought you
BLT.
said she had the question.
I slice a red onion and put on there.
Yeah, I thought she said she had the question. I'm going like, hold on.
Well,
where
I
am
just
where
asked
am I
if anybody had ever done a BLTO. You never put an onion? Try a red onion on there. It is so good.
Maybe she don't like onion, or maybe she can't eat onion.
So many people use red onions for other than what their intended use was for.
Well,
Red onions are supposed to be eaten raw.
I don't think so.
I do.
Well, you can believe that if you want. I'm just saying I don't think that that's what they're for. I don't know anybody that typically eats onions raw, except for maybe on a salad.
Yeah.
Um,
Onion on my chili. After I've got onion in the chili, but I put chopped onion on top of the chili with cheese.
well, let's see. Hang on, I need to send a text real quick.
Okay, that was a sneeze and a half.
Allergic to yarn, huh?
I don't think so.
Hey, that was a pretty good comeback, I thought.
What you doing, big boy? I'm gonna mute my mic and go over and let my dog store up so he can get out of his crate if he wants to.
All right.
Ronald hadn't raised it up, so I'm gonna mute the mic in the camp.
That's fine. And I'm sorry, I just had to do something. I've been meaning to do that for a little while. I get distracted. My head bounces from one place to another.
I understand. You got squirrel syndrome.
I do. I've got squirrel syndrome.
Yeah.
And every time I turn around, there's something for me to do. And
My wife has it too.
I
think you get older, you get the more squirrel syndrome you get.
That's right. And it's I don't know if that's I think, and let me take this out because I don't need that really. I mean, that's kind of an after thing. And so, in fact, I probably ought to take all these out. All right. just move that manually out of the way. And let me just start this from the beginning. And I know there'll be some stuff that's tacked off. And I've already muted some of this, but I'm just trying to, right now, I'm trying to tell a story with pictures. Let me see. Making a lunch, but still here. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jen. BLTs and salad. Never put onion on a BLT. I hadn't either. Although I guess it could be very good. I like onion, especially when you turn around and I tell you, Jerry, have you ever taken something for like a kind of a treat? Take onion. Take some onion. I heard myself talking. I thought you were talking for just a second. Take some onion, chop it up, throw it in a pan. It doesn't have to be chopped. It could be slices like rings or whatever. Throw some jelly and some red wine in there with it, and caramelize the onion in the grape jelly and red wine. That's awesome.
And then just eat it like that?
Hey, babe. You okay?
Let's face it, you're gonna want more of this.
I'm sorry.
This between these two containers.
Do I now? You want to go see Mama? Mama's here. But that is that. I mean, I don't know what to classify it as, but I've done that before, and it was delicious.
That's Velveeta.
I like caramelized onion to begin with.
Yeah, so do I. You just eat it like that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could put it on a, maybe a burger or something.
Or a steak.
I just had it like that.
Macaroni and cheese. I've been able to save this, and it ain't been easy.
And I just went through and ate it like that because, well, I wasn't sure what in the world to do with it.
I've done that and put mushrooms in there, and then I put it on my steak.
I bet that would be good.
Oh, it
But
is.
it's kind of a sweet. It's a sweet taste, though. I'm not sure if sweet would go well on the steak or not.
Leave the grape jelly out and just use the wine and the onion and the mushrooms. Put that on your steak. Oh, that's good.
I tell you what else is good, Jerry. If you get a wild hair, something just try it one, and you may have already done this. I don't know. Take you some bell pepper, some onion, and celery, and saute that. Sweat that down till it's caramelized or starting to caramelize, and then add rice to it and some butter, and then fry that rice, and then add the same amount of water you would normally would for that amount of rice, and bring it to a boil, full boil, drop it down to a simmer, and just 15, 20 minutes, 18 minutes, and that thing is done. But it's a savory rice, something you'd want to put like chicken or something on it.
Yeah.
A better
I don't eat
rice.
bell pepper.
I wonder if that would work in the Instant Pot.
It probably, I would think.
Because you do have a searing where you could do the searing in that Instant Pot.
I don't really know anything about an Instant Pot. Instapot. I don't know what an Instapot is.
It's sort of like a pressure cooker. Well, it is a pressure cooker. It's just a different kind. You can put food and stuff in it, cooks it quick.
Okay. Well, I've never really
That's why
tried
it's
that.
called Instapot.
Right. I get that. I figured it was quick. But, I mean, there's all sorts of things that happen once you start changing the pressure.
Yep.
The higher the pressure, the lower the boiling point. That's one of the reasons why on an HVAC unit, when it goes outside, it compresses it. It puts more pressure on it so that it's higher than the temperature outside, so that and it'll go through, and the heat will leave that fluid or that gas through the fins and to the air around it, and then when it comes back in, it gets put more in a vacuum, so that it cools it down, and then they do basically the same thing. They have fins that come out around that, and then they go through and run air through it so that it takes heat out of the air.
Yeah,
So-
we don't want hair in it.
No, we don't want air in it. You're right. I love red cabbage, onions, little jalapeno cooked in olive oil, and add a little bit of soy sauce. I bet that is good. We may try
Whenever I go to the one of the Chinese restaurants that makes your food and you take it home or you eat it there, I love chow mein, which is cabbage and vegetables and whatever meat you want to put with it. I know their kid asked me. He says, "Don't you want lo mein?" I went, "No, I want cabbage." I know it's cabbage. I don't do the with the noodles.
Well, I think I'm gonna call it just because I'm gonna spend a little time with Tammy, and I've got to do some editing. I still need to do some editing.
And you got 20 minutes left.
Well, I'm finding myself harder and harder to try and do the editing while I'm talking. So, and I got to get this done by Monday. And we got that program, at 4:00, which is in 20 minutes.
Yep.
And then we've got, I'm going to be at Eddie's. Actually, I'll be at Radio Jonesy's when it comes on at 5:30. I can probably still do some editing there, but I've got to get this done and uploaded so that it can be ready for a collab on Monday.
And we're going to end today at 5 because Jesse goes on at 5. I need to
What
go
now? Well, Radio Jonesy. All right, that's fine as far as Jesse is concerned. Love Jesse to death, and I can watch him for a little while. But at 5:30, typically is when Radio Jonesy comes on, and I try to make it
that's my intention. Go to Jesse's and then go to Radio Jonesy.
right.
Or actually run both at the same time.
Hey, I don't mean this in a derogatory manner, but I don't devil dog.
Yeah.
I can't watch multiple programs at one time. Now I may have one running, but the volume's going to be pretty low just to help them with watch hours or whatever. And I don't even know if it helps once you become monetized. But
I don't know either. Anyways, go ahead. You only got 18 minutes left. Go spend that time with.
all right.
It runs out.
All right. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good.
I'll see you later.
I'll see y'all in a few.
Okay.